Hey everyone, welcome back to another high-level ranked video. As you can see in this one, there's going to be a few one above alls, some eternities, and then the rest of us plebs are going to be in Celestial. And this is literally the day of the reset, so 2.5, and we're playing on the newest map, Arakko. And so this is going to be Ultron's map, and Ultron also did release. Sadly, I won't really be playing Ultron this game. One of my teammates is going to take it, which is fine. I don't really like playing the new characters like right off the rip and ranked anyways. I don't really like griefing my games. But yeah, I thought this was a really good game, especially a really good game to just show my initial thoughts, show some of the buffs and debuffs that some of the characters relevant to this game have gotten in this patch. And it was a pretty crazy game all around. I'm talking 4 healer comps that we had to deal with. It was pretty wild stuff. So I hope you guys enjoy this gameplay commentary, and I hope you enjoy the match. All right, so funny enough, at first, I didn't really know how I felt about this map. In fact, I still don't really know how I feel about this map, but it's pretty wide open. So there's like a lot of wide open spaces and a lot of different heights that you can take. I don't know all the little nooks and crannies. Again, I've only really played this map once, maybe. No, I've played this twice. I played it once in quick play, briefly, and then I had this game on it. So this is my second time playing the game. But does quick play really count? Come on now. That was over pretty fast. But yeah, this is really like my first time playing it in ranked. Very wide open. It doesn't really feel like it's gonna be too good of, say, like a group map, I want to say, or any character that's going to rely on like placing walls up. So mostly just group. But this game we had me, Adam, and Ultron for most of it, and it seemed to be working out pretty well. So what you're seeing right now in ranked is a lot of 3 healer comps, sometimes 4 healer, as you'll see from the enemy team. But you're seeing a lot of 3 healer comps because people want to play Ultron. He's more of like a damage dealer. He's not really healing all too much. He does have a consistent healing AoE drone that he can consistently like put on people, and he heals a little bit. Same thing with like a shield. But besides that, he's not going to heal like, say, an Invis woman would, right? Or some of those other characters. And if you are going to play him, a lot of people are playing him with the Iron Man team up. So if people ban out Iron Man, then like maybe Ultron's not the best. And the reason why is because Ultron gets an insane ability as a C, which allows him to, it's pretty much like a Moria ult, a Moria beam, where he does damage and heals at the same time. And it does a lot of healing through people. It's kind of like Jeff left click. It's pretty much like a much better version of Jeff left click, actually. So unfortunately, we failed to put the shield on our Punisher there. I think he should have played around it right there a little bit more. But in any case, yeah, we're just backing up. There are some portals on this map, which are really cool. I haven't taken all of them, but I have taken a few of them to kind of get myself out of like situations. So it's going to be like Krakoa a little bit, where you're going to have like portals around the map, and there's no like, you know, there's that initial cooldown on them. Like you get a 3-4 second cooldown, but nothing too crazy. We end up ulting here because of the Mantis ult, and they Sue ulted. Oh, by the way, this Strange this game. Nah, I gotta shout this guy out. This guy, I think he was one of my one above all players. This guy was absolutely insane. Whatever they did to Strange, like the buffs that they gave him, I think they made it so he has no fall off damage on his explosion. That worked because this guy was ulting inside enemy support ults like this entire game, and I thought they were just bad ults by him, and he was just exploding and killing people. Or like we would follow up with damage and kill people as well. So shout out to this guy, but also too, I feel like he showcased that Strange, like the buffs that he got, or the buff that he got, I don't know if he got other ones, was really, really good. But we're going to go ahead and heal here, kind of get inside this pocket, but I don't think this room really leads to anywhere. In fact, oh, wait, no, it leads back here. That's pretty nice. So that's good. But, yeah, we just kind of got obliterated. So they ended up playing Jeff as one of their 4 healers. They had Mantis. I believe they had Adam at one point, and it looks like they have an Invis too. Unfortunately, I let Punisher die there. It's on me. But it's kind of weird, this meta so far, because, like I said, a lot of the games are like 3 healer comps. Oh, wait, this is kind of funny. Bro, this Jeff had nowhere, like, he was like, wait, where do I go? Where do I go? He's like, all right, I gotta spit these guys out here. This guy did not know where to go, bro. I feel him on that. No one knows where to go on this map yet. But it's weird because even though, like, there's more healers in the game, because it's like Ultron and Jeff and stuff like that, it feels like there's not as much healing, which is kind of a weird statement to say, I know, but it's like there's 3 healers, but it doesn't feel like there's as much healing. Because, like, Ultron isn't really, like, he gets his, for example, you see this drone on me? That's Ultron's drone on me, top left. So he puts the drone on you, and probably what you want to do, what I suspect is just putting it onto your healer so you don't have to worry about, like, trying to turn around and heal them, and then you just go ahead and do damage. That's, like, the way I'm thinking about playing him. It's like, okay, you pretty much act like a DPS, and then you keep drone on your healer, so you don't have to heal your healer, and then, yeah. But this is what I mean by, like, these long, like, hallways. Like, they're kind of wide open, too. They're not too narrow. This isn't like Yggdrasil Path, where, you know, you have those long hallways, but they're way more narrow than this. So it groups everybody up easier. This hallway is like pretty wide, and then you can also go top left here as you see my teammates, and also go top right to look for flanks. So like this point is kind of a little hard to push, I feel like, or like this route, but if you get height, it's a lot better. And of course, there's a lot of flying characters in the game now, so those guys are automatically going to get height, if that makes sense. But yeah, I feel like that's the way to play Ultron, is like kind of leave your drone on the healer, low key, and then just like play like your Iron Man, pretty much. Play like a flying DPS. Also, too, one thing to note is that Ultron drone radius might be a bug right now, but it does reveal it. Sorry, it doesn't reveal invis, but like the enemy can see the radius around invis even if she's invisible. So they can kind of like know where I'm at, essentially, if I turn invisible and, you know, try to do like some cheeky play or something like that. Punisher's gonna all here. I want to make sure I'm putting my shield on him, but I told him I don't have my shield up, and now I do, but it just got broken. He ended up dying anyways. You know, after like the third death, I just would have swapped off Punisher. Honestly, like, hats off to this guy for continuously playing the Punisher this game, because after the third one, I would have been like, nah, bro, I'm not doing this anymore. But see, the enemy team aggressors here, they have a little bit of height. I don't know, this is weird. Maybe like that's the way to push, you know, like push from up here and just have like 1 or 2 tanks sit on point, so like, you know, the point's going through. But this part of the map, I'm pretty sure you just want to fight for height control. We get a really good push off on that. I think this is actually where Invis can shine, is right on this point, because again, like, we just got that pull off, and if you can consistently do that to an enemy team, you can actually really hard screw them over, like pull them off height. So I think she's actually going to really like shine on this map. But yeah, I think you want to fight for this left height here whenever you're playing it. And I don't really know what's inside that right pocket. I'm actually not too sure. But they're going to invis ult, so I'm going to invis ult a little bit later. What's nice is we're kind of winning the neutral fights this game. And so because we're winning the neutral fights, I was allowed to ult when I wanted to ult. So, you know, I usually ult maybe around halfway through their invis woman ult, so we still get, you know, another half of the ult. But here I want to make sure I, you know, pocket this Punisher a little bit. And we get a perfect shield off. Bada bing, bada boom. And then he kills everybody. Look at that. Want to make sure you're doing that whenever you're playing Sue. Try to save your shield for Punisher ult. As you could see earlier on, I was attempting to this game, but it kept getting destroyed and I was doing it too early. But right there was absolutely perfect. We saved Punisher's life from mag ult, and he's able to murder like 3 of them. So it's beautiful. And then, yeah, here's like another wide open area. Like, looks like that's our spawn room and another height. So like this map, you know, obviously the areas are different enough, but they all kind of have the same theme, right? It's like this sort of like big hallway, entrancey area, and then like some height and some sort of underground to play off of. Or in this case, it's some sort of underground to play off of as well. So this is kind of like a bridge that you can kind of sit on. But here we have this Jeff just flanking us, trying to heal everybody. And yeah, this guy was making Strange look really, really good this game. I think Strange is actually gonna be really good this patch. I didn't really have a Strange in my game prior to this one, but this is probably like my 5th or 6th game on, and this guy made Strange look insanely good. His ults were insane, and then like I said, like the burst damage he was getting off was just wild. So props to him. But yeah, we're in this room. You can actually destroy this, so I can actually like LOS the enemy a little bit and heal. This is kind of like a weird one. Like here, I don't think as a healer, at least, you don't want to take height because you have to push cart, or in this case, you have to push a fake root. But like your DPS should probably be taking height here most of the time, or like some of your DPS should, because I'm pretty sure that's an open bridge, so they can just start shooting from up top. But we're able to skip the Jeff ult here. This guy was really trying to make Jeff work this game. I don't know why. He did it the previous game and beat us, so maybe he thought that he could like do it again, but this Jeff was not like what it was the previous game. And then the point ends like right up there, I'm pretty sure. Like when it hits that, I don't even know what that is. Some like machine construct thing. Gonna heal Adam a little bit. Yo, that skin is insane actually. It's an insane Adam skin. But yeah, we just want to utilize like this back area. There's some boxes to play off of. I actually, like looking back on this gameplay now, I actually am really liking this map. I think this is a lot better than Krakoa. I absolutely hate Krakoa. I think Krakoa is a horrible map. I think it's beautiful. It's got beautiful artwork. Makes you, you know, it's got like not beach vibes, but it's got like foresty vibes and stuff like that. And it's just beautiful. It's got like Avatar vibes, you know, like with the blue people. That was a good movie. But in any case, though, we're gonna get that. Well, we're not gonna get the point. We're gonna stop just short, but we got still pretty far, and we didn't die at all that round, which is pretty huge. This is not doing anything. And it looks like we're going same comp. I still can't believe this guy is still playing Punisher. I mean, he's working. He's working. So, if anything, you know, if anything, this game kind of shows you that Punisher isn't bad. They did, you know, take away the Rocket team up and all that kind of stuff. Oh wait, he switched Star-Lord. They did take away the Rocket team up and all that kind of stuff, but they also gave him some buffs to his gun. I think they gave him like a better choke on his bullet spread or something like that, and also like maybe a little bit more fire rate / damage, something like that. But somewhere in the notes. No, the Ultron healing is fine actually. Looks like we're gonna have 2 flyers though. I do hate healing flyers. It is just harder to heal them. Objectively, it's just harder to heal flyers. Especially as like Invis Woman, unless you're spamming shield, which you should be doing on flyers anyways. But yeah, this is kind of like the starting point for the defense round. It's a little weird. It's a little awkward, it feels like, because I don't really think you can, like, you could play up in their face, but it's a lot of open room. It's a very big open area. So I was like, all right, let me just sort of position back here. You know, as I play this map more, I'm going to start getting better with the positioning, but I was like, let me just position back here a little bit with these guys, have the tank push up, but yeah, this guy's still making the Jeff, or still trying to make the Jeff work, huh? We're going to lose our Star-Lord. I'm just going to back down here. Once I dropped there, I was like, oh, wait, that was a mistake. So I feel like it's kind of hard to get back up once you drop, unless like you're playing a character that can easily climb heights. But like even my double jump on Sue, I can't even get back up there. I don't think it's too high of a distance. But we're gonna lose this fight a little bit, so we want to back up, regroup with the boys. And I do use these portals at some point. Just not yet. So you guys can kind of like see a little bit where they go through. But we're gonna back up here a little bit. They're still pressuring out. Dude, they're doing so much damage. We got CND now. Okay, bro. You know something we don't. Oh, I just realized that guy's actually an insane Star-Lord on the enemy team. I lost to him the other night. Ransu. Yeah, it looks like this is actually a really good map for Hela too, because she can easily like get up on height, take height, and just like look for off angles and stuff like that. Good strange port to come back in. They did not get it yet, which is great. Portals are active. I actually don't know when the portals activate. And they might be active all the time. Now, this is actually a little weird because, you know, the portals are first, seen on Krakoa, and now they're on this map, but this map is not a Dom map like Krakoa is. This map is a Convoy map. So having the portals on Convoy is actually kind of interesting. I think there is like a mini portal, I guess, on Central Park, but that's just off the spawn room. These are actually in play. But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm looking at everybody here. These guys are on the top right ledge. Like I said, Hela has a good angle right there, top right. Gets swallowed by Jeff, but I think he's chilling, hopefully. I don't have my bubble. I combat the cloak too at the end. I'm like, man, I didn't have my bubble. Otherwise, I would save you. I think that's why she was coming back too. She was coming back so I could shield her. So want to make sure I keep that up next time for her. I'm like the prime thing to block mag ult. But see, look, Strange got another really good ult. This guy was just making insane plays with his ult this game. And like I said earlier, he was ulting inside healer ults. And I thought at first, I was like, wait, these are just horrible plays. But we were just hard killing him. And I think it's just because of the Strange buff. So, oh look, you can also add emotes in chat now too. I don't know how they do that, do not ask me. But I saw people doing Jeff emotes. That's another paywall right there. You know for a fact they're making a lot of money off of that. But looks like they can come up from up there, so I'm going to pull that guy off and jump up here. Star-Lord ulted, so I went ahead and threw my ult down in the middle. Maybe I should have thrown it up on height now that I'm looking back at it, so we could have stayed on height. So, because, yeah, now we're out in the open, and now we're just kind of getting shit on. So, looking back at this, I probably should have stayed on height. And I got res, and there's no way to get back to that other room. So I was like, oh no. Kind of wanted to go invisible, but Mantis sees me. And I was like, all right, time to die anyways. And then I got rezzed again. I was like, come on, man. I'm just adding to my death count. I had no deaths the first round. I think I'm already at like 2 or 3 right now. But he did get a good res on height at the very least. So we're just going to keep trying to keep the Strange alive. We are running 1 tank. There's a lot of 1 tank comps right now. Like I said, it's triple healer. Typically, these guys have quadra healer, as you can see. But it's typically triple healer from what I've been seeing. Ultron is not a main healer, like I said earlier, because he's not really... Like, he does have a healing ability and an overshield ability for him and some of his allies, but, like, it just doesn't do the same as the main healer, especially because he doesn't have, you know, a massive ult. His ult's mostly damage, so if you're running Ultron, you probably... In fact, you definitely want to run him in a triple healer comp most of the time. I did get a couple Ultron matches today. Not that I played, but that my ally played, that we were running double healer Ultron. And it was somehow working out, but I don't think it's preferred. Luna was also banned this game, which is why this guy's not switching to Luna, because he just got mag ulted for like the 4th time in a row. But maybe it was the 2nd or 3rd time, but yeah. Good rocket ult though. And just want to try to burn as much time as we possibly can. Looks like they're about to make it the 2nd point, looking at the map thing. But as long as we can hold this height. See, I feel like this is kind of like Central Park's last point, where you have to like push up the staircase a little bit, except there's no, you know, there's no way to like push people off the map here. But I feel like this is the best part to hold if you're defense, because you have all this height advantage. They have to like walk up the ramp, you know, they're at an incline, whereas you can just kind of like hold on here. So, want to chill here. But like I said, I think Invis Woman shines actually like at this part, if anything, just because I can easily like push people off, and like push them all the way down almost, or I can like pull them off if I'm on attack and like get them on our level. So, but looks like they're gonna get the point. Yeah, they end up getting the point. So we're on this one. Yeah, this is a little bridge that has pretty much multiple ways to get in. I don't know if I stay up here for too long, but I kind of like this area actually. Like this area a little bit, because I like the fact that like there's an underground part that the convoy has to go through, and it adds like a lot of verticality without being annoying to the game, if that makes sense. Like it's not like the Dom maps where I'm trying to think of one. Hell's Haven, I think it is, where like the point goes up and down. Oh man, I hate that one. Eldritch Monument, I believe it is. But like here it's like just something static. It's just a structure that you can kind of hop off and on. But we're going to play back here a little bit, and just want to play behind, you know, everybody like we normally do.
Push up.
I'm surprised I haven't used the portal yet. I swear I used the portal like, not a bunch this game, but at least a few times. Thought I did at least. Yeah, we just want to chill here. Probably don't want to push too far up. They can get height, and they should be trying to get height a little bit. But that's the weird thing about the height, right? It's like, it doesn't look directly down onto the convoy. So, like, they can't, like, abuse it at all. Like, they can get height to kind of pressure us back here, but they can't look directly down onto the convoy. So that's a big thing. Or onto the fake route, as I called it earlier. That was a really good ult by him. I actually double jump with rocket boost. But we're able to fry the Mantis. And I still think Mantis is just such a horrible character. I don't know why you would ever run her. We are able to juke out the mag ult, which is massive, so mag ult doesn't do anything to us. And I'm about to die. So is this where I make my getaway? No. Never mind, we're frying. Yeah, a lot of upwards pushes from the attack. That's what it seems like this map is. So a lot of big hallways. A lot of vertical places to play, but also a lot of like upwards pushes from the attackers. This is the weirdest game. Well, it looks like I've only used the portal once this game, which was the end of the last round, so my bad. I thought I used them more. This game. That's all me. But we are winning this fight pretty hard. They're porting, I think, or is that still just want to stay around here. Maybe, probably, you see that high part right up there? I don't know, that may have just got fried, but right there where my shield is, that's probably a really good spot for a healer, now that I'm looking at it. I would definitely try that out if they have the convoy, like, at this part. Like, I honestly probably... Okay, this is a really good pull. Whenever people are on the ledge like this, as Invis Woman, you want to try to pull them off. But, I should probably be trying to play height or trying to take advantage of some of these like little small high places, instead of just being completely out in the open. This isn't the worst thing either because, you know, we're not, you know, we're winning the fight and I can heal down here, and Invis has pretty limited area in which she can heal because her autos are a little bit shorter range than some of the other healers. But if they do push us up a little bit more, I should take the height behind. That would be a really good thing to play. And that was a really good Strange ult. Unfortunately, I didn't flick up, but our Strange also has a really good shield, and we still end up dying. So that was my bad for not pushing there. I didn't like react fast enough. In fact, I didn't even realize like they would have Strange ult. That's why I didn't react fast enough. Usually I have to get Strange ulted like once in a round to be like, oh, okay, hold on, they have a Strange. Let me just focus on pushing this guy. But we're going to get a good ult here, but they get an even better Invis Woman ult off, unfortunately. So we're going to go ahead and die again. And I believe we stacked up 7 deaths in this round alone. Remember, I didn't die at all last round. So all of my deaths have come from this round. I blame the rocket and Adam reses. But they only have like a split second left, so hopefully we can close this out before they get to the end point. And just want to try to keep my Strange up as much as I can. He's the only healer. We get a really good rocket ult off. Strange gets a double. But then their Strange gets another really good ult. Kills me again with it. I swear I just got ulted by this guy. But we end up winning the fight. So super cool game. Like I said, really kind of like a wild game. Just because there was like 4 healers. And I'm just like, bro, what do we do? At least for like the initial push. But we kind of like adapted to it, and we did really, really well into it. Moral of the story is Mantis is still bad. Stop picking her. Strange is really good. He can literally kill through. He killed through Invis Woman ult, I think, once or twice. He killed through Mantis ult like 2 or 3 times. So Strange is still really, really good. I would go him. And all around, yeah, I think the Jeff buffs, or I don't know why this guy, not buffs, I guess maybe they're nerfs. The Jeff changes, we'll call them changes. I don't know why this guy was playing flanking Jeff when they kind of like obliterated that this game. Or this patch, they pretty much made Jeff more of like a healer instead of like a flanker and killer, and that's what this guy was. This guy was playing old Jeff pretty much. He was trying to play old Jeff on the new patch, so I don't think it was really working out for them too much. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the game, gameplay commentary. Those are my initial thoughts. I think the map is really good so far. It's better than I expected it, and I think it's a lot better than Krakoa. I did not like Krakoa at all, but I actually do like the design of this map, so I can't wait to play some more of it, especially play Ultron on it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the gameplay commentary, and until next one, see ya.